survival.
Are we surviving the terror of a creepy shadow man?
No, I am the creepy shadow man, and not just in the video game. This is my avatar. I will be playing as, let me see, Michael Survival. Myself a lucky name. Today's game is The Long Dark, and the object of the game is not to be killed by wolves or the elements.
Oh, I like that there was a second one in there, because before it was just really specific. There's a million things in here, but only the wolves kill you.
Yeah, I might starve to death or freeze to death before the wolves get anywhere near me. I think the objective of survival mode in The Long Dark is to make dinner as difficult as possible for said wolves.
The alt title was Wolf Pettiness.
Yeah, pretty much. Vindictive wolves. This is quite a... it's like a hipster death simulator, this game. It's very atmospheric. As you can see, nothing around me but a cold, uncaring universe.
Yeah, just an infinite void of hostility.
Yeah, my map is blank. I do have some stuff for making fires. Not a lot of wolf fighting material, but I do have a flare. So I guess I'm just going to wander into the wilderness and die, and the Brodeo audience can watch me doing that and enjoy it on whatever level they see fit.
I'm sure they will enjoy the death on many levels.
As you can see,
No,
as you can see by the icons in the bottom corner, I am already freezing to death and quite hungry.
yeah, this is a start off. Well, well, well. Look who thinks they deserve to survive.
I mean, I'm sure... oh, I thought it was going to be shelter, but no. I think the game has a plot. Like, something has happened to make the world a frozen wasteland. But realistically, you could dump me anywhere and my chances of survival would be just as slim. Practical gunsmithing, I'm sure that will end well.
I would like the impractical gunsmithing book.
Could end up being useful.
Well, first you take a tricycle, a welding torch, and 3 shotguns.
Okay. It's a wood stove. Start fire. Alright, okay.
We should probably explain why we're doing another one-player game, Steve.
Is the reason because I'm lazy and didn't prepare properly?
I was going to go with we wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
That is...
That's true as well.
You know, June had an odd number of Wednesdays in it, so I had gotten to do one more of the solo Brodeos and Steve. So he had one lined up, and we're just like, what the hell? Keep it going.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're going to do solo Brodeos. I mean, we'll both be here, but like a one-player game.
I survived the ocean, mostly. Trying to see if I can survive the not ocean. The land sea.
The lands. It is interesting, I guess, to look at it, since we both had so few. You wouldn't think there would be patterns, but you have now picked 2 survivals and 1 first-person shooter, and I have picked 2 roguelikes and 1 open world chaos simulator. I don't know what to call Just Die already. That one was his own thing.
Yeah, that's the opposite of a survival simulator.
Yeah, pretty true, actually.
I wonder how long I'll survive if I take off all my clothes. Oh, you can't take off your
Question
pants.
many a person at a football match has wondered before running onto the field.
I mean, what are my options here?
That one works no matter which side of the interpretation you take for football.
Yeah, it's universal. Some long
Yeah,
johns.
people get drunk and run out onto the field.
I got no accessories. I have not accessorized correctly for the wilderness. He's not even wearing a
Well,
hat.
while you are dressing yourself, we should probably, tell people who we are.
Well, maybe. I don't know. See how long I live. It might be irrelevant.
Yeah, as soon as Steve dies, this Brodeo is over. So better cheer for him.
Yeah, there's some stakes this time.
If he doesn't make it the full hour, that's the end of Brodeo. Oh God.
Well, I am Steve Wetherell, survivalist extraordinaire and author of the Doomsayer Journeys with Falstaff Books.
And I am Drew Hayes, author of books such as Superpowers, NPCs, Villain's Code, and Fred the Vampire Count, the latest of which, Out of House and Home, is available on print and ebook, with the audio coming out on August 31st.
I'm just holding this piece of charcoal like it means something.
It's the secret to everything.
I think this fire has stopped me freezing to death. For now. That seems like a cowardly way of surviving, just huddling by a fire. I've no idea which way I'm going.
Of all the functions I would expect it to have, that is definitely one of them.
Yeah. Oh, I can survey the local area. Okay. Nice. It's not entirely encouraging. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping for a deadfall area. I mean, that's not encouraging. Oh, I'm about to freeze to death.
Have you tried believing in yourself?
No. Neither have I tried thinking warm thoughts. I don't think taking off
fire, Steve, run.
It won't let me run.
Is there a run button?
Oh, I've got a hypothermia risk.
Freezing.
Oh, I've healed it. That was easy. I could take on the
Hypothermia
elements.
seemed like such a big deal.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is there a torch I can light or something? How do I warm up? Okay, chat. It's your job to keep me alive.
Oh no. I love I thought you were just gonna put the flare on yourself.
Well, it's one way to warm up.
Forced warmth.
Give a man a flare and he's warm for a day. Set that man on fire. Uh-oh. Well, it kind of looks like chat's just going to be watching me freeze to death. So while we're doing that, Drew, why don't you tell us what you've got on with your writing?
Oh no, we're talking about writing. Boy, let's see. For the most part, things are kind of as you would expect. Still working on Spells, Swords, and Stealth, number 5. As we said, it's a long one, so that's going to be my answer for a while. I've been kind of muddling around with my next shingles in the background, and I've made a little bit here, a little bit there, some good progress on that one. So I think by winter season, that one will definitely be ready, and kind of got my idea for the next one that I'm going to do after my current shingles project. So, got a few ideas puttering around. How about you, Steve? Anything you can actually talk about?
Not particularly, to be honest. I've just been wrapped up in all the logistics of A&D Con this year.
Oh God, yeah. Let's talk about that, because I think that is a Discord Ushin story in itself. The lengths that Steve is going to in order to be able to be at A&D Con.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of why I wanted to play a survival simulator as well. Because nothing's ever easy, and I need to prepare myself for the possibility that I might just wander around and die. Yeah, because of COVID rules, I'm not allowed to just fly into America like any old jerk. I have to stay in a third country for 14 days, which is logistically very difficult. So I've been scampering around trying to find affordable ways to stay in a place in a hotel that's not entirely made out of hypodermic needles, and it's been an ordeal. Luckily, though, some people in the A&D group have chipped in, so I don't have to wander the streets of Mexico in my Brandon Firemaster costume, because that's all I could afford to take on the plane with me. Even though that would make a hilarious real-life adventure Brodeo. Right up until the point I was arrested or mugged.
We just put a GoPro on you for those 2 weeks, and then edit it all together at A&D Con as an in memoriam.
Ooh, found a stick. Yeah, I mean, he died the way he lived. Ridiculously.
In gold hot pants.
It'd be a fitting way to go. But yeah, so that's been logistically, a thing, an ordeal. But, as much as that's been tedious, and as much as I've been warmed by the support of the A&D listenership, who are the best listenership, I don't care what those other YouTubers say. The actual getting into the con planning, has been very fun. I'm not sure we can really talk about anything yet. I don't think we got anything particularly nailed down. But we've been looking at the events and stuff.
We're working on the schedule right now. I mean, we've been working on it for a while, but as these things often go, it kind of tends to be we don't finalize until the very end because we're trying to make sure we're working our time the best we can.
Yes.
And we're also trying to keep a little bit loose because obviously with a convention in this year, in this headspace, we always want to be able to react and wiggle around if some, health need changes.
That's true. We have confirmed 2 guests so far, though, so that's encouraging. The Steve Rudzinski, mastermind behind Karis Hell and the Meowie Chronicles and Carousel 2 and all kinds of bizarre and humorous horror films. He's going to be there. That's going to be fun. I think we're doing probably going to be a Steve Rudzinski orientated panel. I think I can say that with some confidence. We've also got DM Gay heading out, so you'll get a chance to meet her. If you don't know who she is, we did a side quest with her, which was very entertaining. So go check that out. Go dig through the side quest archives for our interview with DMK.
Well, those sound like awesome guests. I can't wait to check them out. I'm definitely going to hit up that Steve panel.
Yes.
We should get you in there as well, just Steve versus Steve somehow.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Oh, now I don't have any Tinder. God damn it. What did I do with...
It's the early 2000s all over again.
What happened to that book on gunsmithery I had that I was never going to use?
The practical gun making.
I mean, it was flammable. Oh.
It would be, I don't know why, but somehow a little bit extra funny if a book about guns was inflammable. Oh, well, while you're looking around for your book, we have a Discord Ushin question from Zach of All Trades who asked, have you started playing any more tabletop role-playing games since you started Authors and Dragons, besides returning to Hero Quest?
Oh, besides returning to Hero Quest? No. I don't know. I mean, we've done a couple, I guess. We've experimented with a few games on the podcast, but if we're talking like non-podcast, not really, no. So if I play a game now, I want to contentize that shit. That's just who I am now.
Yeah, this isn't a hobby anymore. This is a vocation.
The closest I get to playing a game... A stone? I don't want to pick up... Oh, fuck it. I probably need it. To playing a game for my own amusement is the Brodeo. That's what it is. If I'm going to freeze to death in a video game, I want witnesses.
I want the world to know.
Yeah. I don't want to die alone. No one wants to die alone.
Man, I'm thinking back. I feel like we haven't even really done that many systems on the podcast. Because, like, we've done Everyone is John, but calling that tabletop is a little loose.
Yeah, I mean, round the table. Oh, can I kill a rabbit with a stone?
We did Pathfinder. We've done 5e.
What was the system we used for that ridiculous ghost inspector thing we did?
Oh, I remember what you're talking about now. When the ghost detective agency that Ben ran, where we could do like the...
Take that, rabbit.
I remember it had a mechanic that allowed us to like stop a scene and recontextualize everything, and almost none of us used it.
No. I mean, that would have required remembering what had happened and messing with the past. We already have a hard time doing that.
I think I did it a few times purely because it's like, oh yeah, this is just an aside from TV. My brain completely understands this.
This is basically how I view real life anyway.
Pretty much.
Come on, I need to kill this rabbit.
I may or may not have referred to past years of my life as seasons. Man, I'm trying to think if even I have done anything really new since we've done A&D. Like, obviously I made the jump from 3.5 to 5, but that was more a natural migration than I would call anything new. Tooled around with some mutants and masterminds, but I've done that before. I think the only really like super new one I can think of is my buddy who was testing a modular system or a modular version of 5e that he'd created. I think I've talked about this on the podcast a few times, but it's worth bringing up. So it was a customized thing where instead of getting XP that went into classes, XP could go into different features. So you could up your hit points, or you could up your base attack, or you could up a ability score, or you could purchase an ability from like one of the class abilities, like Barbarian, Druid, etc. There were still prereqs and everything, so you had to work your way up to the bigger ones, but it was an interesting way to build a character and a lot of fun. We were super OP, like ridiculously overpowered, but I mean, it was a testing game, so that was fine. But it was a lot of fun. If I wish he had found the time to kind of take that somewhere a little more fully developed and everything, because it was so much fun to play. And I still think about it. I was like, man, I wish I could play that more. I wish I had the ability to share that with folks. But, obviously not my creation, so not a thing that I would be able to.
That does sound fun. You know what's not fun? Trying to murder these stupid rabbits.
How do they keep you warm, Steve?
I don't know. Hatred keeps me warm, Drew.
Oh, Zach of All Trades over in the Discord let us know that the ghost game was Inspectors.
Inspectors, that's the one. Spelt wrong.
But, spelt with the spectre part being like, woo.
Yeah, I think you got really ghost up the pronunciation, or people will just think you're a standard inspector.
I'm an inspector. Like Gadget?
Oh. Yeah, I can see that being frustrating if you're a legitimate inspector. People just keep on thinking you're a conventional inspector. That would be distressing to me. Oh, I can't build a fire. I can't kill a rabbit. I am a dead man, Drew.
Oh, no. I mean, it looks like your thermometer broke.
Yeah, I think that means I'm about as cold as I can get, and now I'm just dying.
I assumed it meant you were immune to the cold.
Well, we can both assume that. I mean, that's a happy thing to assume. I'm,
I mean, you're numb enough. It's sort
yeah.
of.
I think when you freeze to death in real life, you get to a point where you just think, you know what, I actually feel okay. It's
Yeah, that
not
is
that
how
cold.
hypothermia
Yeah,
works.
this is
Oh
fine.
god,
I got nothing to kill that deer with.
you've got fists, don't you?
It does not allow me the option of punching a deer. It didn't allow me the option of stomping on a rabbit. This game's not entirely realistic.
Oh, good one from Lamplighter in the Discord. What's a movie that really scared you when you were younger? Bonus points if it wasn't actually meant to be scary. The one she references was Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
Jaws fucked me up.
Well, Jaws is definitely meant to scare. If you're not scared by, if you're a tiny boy watching Jaws, and you're not petrified of sharks afterwards, then you're a fool. You deserve to be eaten by a shark. It's just Darwinism.
You have the same beady black dead eyes as a shark.
Look at those eyes. Yeah, I mean that's understandable. Mars Attacks. It wasn't scary, but it was some like, oh god, dead body. Can I eat it?
Search it. Yeah, you can.
Empty. Yeah, at least 50 kilograms of beef there. Human beef.
I mean, I can see Mars Attacks. It was a little horrific, and like there was definitely a more violence than you might have expected going into it. So yeah, I could see that one catching you by surprise.
It had a cast of people you're not used to seeing get murdered in humiliating ways. So it's kind of like haha, but at the same time it's like ugh.
Oh, I do. I'm not sure if this counts as not supposed to be scary because it was a Halloween movie, but it was also like a kid Halloween movie. But Ernest Scared Stupid. I don't know who did like the work on those trolls, but they did way too good of a job.
Yeah.
That one stuck with me like for days.
That was a solid adventure horror. It had some like legitimately tense moments.
I think we should do Ernest Scared Stupid for At the Movies Halloween this year.
Definitely. It's a solid Tournament of Terror contender.
Absolutely. And the fact that it might trigger childhood fears is just an extra bonus for the listener.
It's going to be at least as scary as the Leprechaun remake.
Oh, God. I think way scarier.
Probably. I'll tell you a good one for scaring children. You know, if you're out there and you think, I've got a child, I want to scare them, but kind of legitimately and not, you know, not in an illegal way. The Gate is like a really good horror adventure. It's a really silly premise. It's a bunch of like 12-year-old kids in a house waiting for their parents to come back, but they've accidentally summoned demons with a heavy metal album. This was in the 80s when that was entirely feasible. And it's kind of like, oh, adventure horror, some wacky kids, but then it just gets really fucking dark really fucking quickly, and the effects are pretty sweet. So I'd recommend The Gate for scaring children. But that is supposed to be scary. One thing that really scared me that definitely wasn't supposed to be scary, E.T. I don't know if it's just because I watched it on a grainy VHS, but like until you find out that E.T.'s cool, you know, he's monstrous and horrifying.
Yeah, they do play him a little scary at first because, you know, you're not supposed to know that he's okay until Elliot knows he's okay.
Yeah, but you say a little scary, Drew, but I thought that bit where he was grunting up to Elliot's bedroll out of the shed was maybe one of the more horrifying pieces of cinema out there.
I have not watched E.T. in a really long time.
Don't watch the remake, because I'm certain they recut the remake so it was less scary. But the original E.T., especially watching it on a grainy VHS, was like it was cut like a horror movie.
I mean, they point guns at a kid, so yeah, it's not.
Well, that's fine. But no, he's a horrible little goblin. I wonder if anything here can stop me from dying.
You'd think that would be something they would include. I'm feeling better because several people in the Discord have agreed that Ernest Scared Stupid definitely hit harder than it was probably meant to. Zach of All Trades brings up The Dark Crystal as well, which I did not watch as a kid, but I could definitely see being creepy if I had.
Dark Crystal, yeah. Oh no, that's horrible. That horrible dying bird man.
Yeah, the Skeksis were. I mean, Jim Henson's workshop, when they set out to do something, they do it. And
They,
so when
yeah,
they set out to make creepy ass bird monsters, they made some creepy ass bird monsters.
exactly. They want to mess up some kids. They do it right.
If Jim Henson decides I want somebody to shit their pants after seeing this movie, then by God, put on the rubber sheets.
Well, part of the magic of childhood is fear. Oh, I thought there was
I mean, you're not wrong.
I thought there was going to be something
Pardon?
in this thing I've crawled into, but it looks ideally like a place you crawl into to die. Uh-oh, he's getting sleepy. That means he is going to die.
Okay, so Iowa Get Us in the Discord brings up Howard the Duck, as I'm guessing a movie that scared you when you were younger. Yeah, I watched Howard the Duck later in life, and it scared me, but more in the sense of, oh boy, cocaine is dangerous.
I never watched that. I've never watched Howard the Duck, nor have I felt the need to.
You've never... We might have to at the movies Howard the Duck.
Okay, I suppose.
The fact that somebody signed off on an entire costume featuring duck breasts
Well, now
for
I
a
feel invested.
5-second scene kind of tells you all you need to know about where the cocaine-dusted priorities of that movie were.
Oh, did I find salvation? I may have found salvation. Yeah.
Oh my God, your temperature's going up, but your eyesight's going down. I don't know what that means.
I think that means I need to sleep. Sleep is for the weak. Come on. Come on, fire building. Now, it says I've got no tinder, but I know I've got that stupid gun thing that I'm not going to use. Oh, I can research it. I can actually read it. I'm not going to sit here and read a book. I'm freezing to death. Why can't I use the bandages as tinder? Or my socks?
Or all the twigs you picked up?
Yeah. I think they count as wood. Stick.
Dick. Oh, and I think it does let you burn the book. It just counts as fuel.
Oh, that is good. That's better. It doesn't even let me use the charcoal as tinder.
It's making me feel tired.
Something's making me feel tired. It's because you're dying, mate. Oh, I can't...
I wonder if it's just because you're like, oh my God, I'm safe for 10 seconds.
I'm going to eat this jerky. Because
Eat it,
I'm hungry in
eat it.
real life.
Dry and salty beef jerky.
Mm.
I love that they're like, yeah, there's no water in that. There's a bed, Steve.
Excellent.
Excellent orange soda. See, I'm well hydrated. I'm warming up. Calories burned. Well, even sleeping takes effort. That's not like in real life.
Man, this is a brutal game.
It's 4 degrees. You'll sleep fine. I wonder if I have to like wait here for 8 hours now. It's going to be a really boring Brodeo if that's the case. Hey, I spent 8 of those
you
hours
are
asleep.
dehydrated.
Oh, I'm severely dehydrated now. I kind of get like that.
What, the orange soda didn't top you off?
Apparently not, no. I can't see anything. Is it dark? Did I wake up at night? Maybe I should eat these
You
berries.
slept too good.
Come on, what have I got in the old survival pack? Fuck all is what? I'm not going to live long. I'll be lucky if I survive to the end of this podcast. I really shouldn't have wasted that flare. No, don't go back to sleep.
Well, I'm gonna die the way I lived, in bed.
Yeah, I mean, it's dark. I can't really do anything else. This is really unforgiving. Yeah, I'm going to go back to sleep. Sod it. If I die in my sleep, at least I'll die. Yeah.
Of dehydration in bed.
Dying in my sleep might be the best option. Alright, Can I see? Oh, that's better. Okay. Snare. Oh, I can fuck up those rabbits now. Yes. Energy bar. Eat it.
Now give me some energy water.
I'm nice and warm for now.
Need a drink.
You and me both, man.
Just bet there's something handy in here. Too bad.
Can opener. Do I need food? I mean, you can drink canned fruit.
Wait, is that a sink next to you? Oh, just a water basin.
Can't be too careful.
Oh, I can also like shoot myself in the head if this gets too much like hard work.
God.
Come on, then, searchy.
You think you'd be able to take that like mug and just scoop some snow?
Yeah. You know what, Drew? That's a really good idea. Let's see if we can do that.
Well, you didn't grab the pitcher.
I've
but you have cups.
I've got I think I've got like a tin can. I'm glad one of us is thinking. I can't believe I can't start a fire with
You have
that
a
charcoal.
pot.
There we go. I could just put it on the ground. Well, that's no good. Maybe if there's an icicle. Oh, come on, man.
Magic can, give me water.
Look, you know what? Ah, sturdy pot for melting snow. So, maybe if I chuck a stone at this icicle. I don't know.
You have a shovel or something that you could scoop snow with?
Meh. I use tools. Just use rage. That's all I have.
If I can't smash it, it doesn't deserve to be fixed.
Ah. Snow everywhere, and apparently not a drop to drink.
Suitcase to escape this cold.
You're not going back into the house. You'll just die
yeah,
first.
Real cold, real fast.
Oh shit, yeah. He's not even wearing a hat. This guy sucks. Hypothermia risk.
Why can't I find water when I'm surrounded by frozen water?
Too cold to think.
I think... Oh, I can break that down into wood. Sure, why not?
So what made you pick this game, Steve? Is it one you've played a lot before, or
I just had people talking about it. Come on. And it sounded interesting. There's
Tinder?
Hooray! There's a lot of people not saying like, hey, I completed this game. They're like, I survived for 30 days. And it was a harrowing and unpleasant experience.
I mean, it's sort of appropriate. I've been watching some episodes of Alone lately. And I don't know if anyone else on the stream follows that particular show, but woo, it is wild. Have you seen that one, Steve?
No.
So it's a contest where I want to say the prize is like 250 grand. At least I'm on season 3, so that's where it is right now. And so it is 10 people, taken out to a remote island. I think the first one was somewhere off the coast of Seattle, in the Pacific Northwest. I think it was Vancouver Island, actually. Anyway, so taken out, they're given a few basic tools and utilities. They get to pick, I think, 1 or 2 extra things, and then they are dropped off, and they have a radio, and they are told, "Okay, good luck." And the last person standing gets 250 grand.
Do you ever die?
They usually, no one's died so far. I'm only on season 3. But they do quit.
No one's died
And so
yet.
that's the, people run out of food, people get too cold, people break down mentally because they've been alone for, weeks to months at a time.
Well, if they don't die, if they quit before they die, then they're obviously not that interested anyway. So, if they don't want it bad enough, then why are they even on the show? Bunch of quitters. Came here for entertainment.
I wonder what the A&D author version of that would be. Because we couldn't even do... You couldn't lock us out of the hotel.
Just...
That's already too much.
All I can do with this can is put it on the ground.
I feel like maybe we could do a Vegas version where it's like at 8 a.m. we all start outside of our room. The last person to go back, the last person to need a shower or a nap, or just 10 seconds of peace is the winner.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's my version of survival. And I wouldn't even be very good at that.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't win. 100%.
Sneaking off for a nappy nap. Bevan would win.
Bevan might win. I don't know. It depends on if Bevan brought enough beer to start the day.
We'd
He'd
have to
make a run back.
We'd have to strap a GoPro on him just to see what his survival process actually looks like.
We definitely all have to do some sort of GPS.
Right. Frostbite, hypothermia. I'm not doing very well.
It's not your best outing.
No. Look at his sad sack. Ah, right. I'm going to shoot a rabbit. Come here, bunny. Oh, I got no bullets. Oh, this game is unforgiving. Won't even let me the simple joy of blowing a rabbit away with a handgun. Oh, I didn't like that.
Ooh, you are almost dead.
This guy's weaker than I am. That was like a 6-foot drop. Faded into a long dark. You deserve to die. Okay, they survived 0. I guess I'll save that. No, why would I save that? Reset stats. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll just maybe I should pick an easier level. I think that might have been the easiest level. I don't think it's the game's fault.
I mean, the long dark does not speak to a game that's going to have a lot of cushion.
Okay, let's try a woman. She's got an axe. She looks like she means more business. We'll call her, I don't know, Sharon. Survival. I don't know if I'm jinxing things with this whole survival name thing. Maybe I should call her Sharon Easily Killed. Yeah, chat, if anybody wants to try and keep me alive, feel free to chip in. I can't be expected to be responsible for my own survival entirely.
They did mention that you could melt snow on a lit stove, but seeing as we never figured out how to gather snow, it sort of seemed irrelevant.
Yeah. Well, this is a much better starting place than the middle of a snowy wasteland.
Yeah, at least you're in a house warm. You're not immediately freezing to death.
Ooh, rancid fish. Great.
You gotta cook it.
Maple
Grade A maple syrup.
water bottle. This is brilliant.
Yeah, this is a way better start than you had last time.
I can already have maple fish and water. Crunchy stuff. Standard fare.
The more I think about it, the more I want to do some sort of A&D author Vegas alone game next time we all go. Start everybody off with like a fanny pack with one beer, a single joint, a bottle opener.
I don't know. Yeah. Can you charisma yourself into a 12-hour drunk? I mean, maybe. She's got a radio.
Turn on the tunes, man.
Well, it's not a working radio. I suppose that was too much to ask for.
Like bullets in a gun.
Yeah. Oh, I need a hatchet.
I feel like I could break down a chair with just some kicks.
Yeah, I mean, these people aren't... I don't know, they don't seem that invested in their survival.
I guess in fairness, that's probably not a good long-term method.
Well, if it works, it works. Ooh, a hoodie. Oh, it's just... It's an embarrassment of riches. Riches this is. A broom. Oh, anyone could break a broom. Ridiculous.
I can't believe you didn't take the broom.
Wouldn't let me take the broom.
Those monsters. How dare they?
Precious family portrait. I can burn that. Doesn't it let me burn that?
Fuel. Decent hoodie.
Decent hoodie. There you go. That's an upgrade.
I like to imagine that that's somehow like they're a brand in this world. It's like, yeah, it's a decent.
Yeah, you could just go like, do you want the standard hoodie or the decent hoodie?
Oh, the decent hoodie is worse than the new hoodie.
Oh, I guess decent just means like, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Walnut shell. She's wearing a hat, so she's already way ahead of that other guy. Got the decent sports socks. Not as waterproof, but slightly more firmly insulated. Man, you could get really nerdy about shit in this, I reckon.
Yeah, I think I see what people's appeal is you can... There's a lot of stats and figures to get very nitty-gritty on.
Yeah, if you're the sort of person who likes that, and I am. Although inevitably what happens in these things, I end up kind of giving up on the nitty-gritty and just going, which one looks cool?
You know, that is sort of my big problem with Biomutant that I've been playing, which is a fun game, but the lack of transmogrification means that it's like, oh god, there's so many of these that look really cool that I'm stuck with the one that looks like I raided a dumpster.
Yeah.
Oh, Wesley in the YouTube chat says that you can wear multiple hoodies, so that might be helpful for the whole not freezing to death thing.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that in real life. So, that's good.
Art follows truth.
I want this to be a realistic survival experience, even though at the beginning of the game it takes great pains to say this is not a realistic survival experience. Please don't try to emulate what you learn in this game. I am choosing to ignore that. Oh, I've got tons of fuel. I'm doing so well. If I didn't have to leave this house, I wouldn't. But I'm on a podcast, so I guess I'm better. Alright, let's try this wearing
It
more
weirded
than
me
one
out
hoodie
this
thing.
house isn't haunted. It feels like a ghost should be leaping out at you.
I think the world is kind of all haunted. This is a very atmospheric game. Oh yeah, look, multiple hoodies. Man, that's great. I am
The
warm.
realism is off the charts.
Probably too warm. Should go outside.
Gotta use all this warmth or it goes to waste.
It'd be great if I just immediately got eaten by a wolf.
You just step outside, there's 10 wolves. It's like, oh, this is why you get the gentle start.
What an actual town.
Or the remains of a town that
Yeah.
you're the sole survivor of.
Yeah,
How curious.
it's not looking very neighbourly. I was about to say you got maybe less likely to get wolves in a town, but I don't know. Maybe not this town. This looks like a very wolfish town.
I would love if you just opened up the door and the wolves were running a tavern.
Just sitting around a table playing cards.
One of them has a mustache and is like cleaning a mug.
Can I
They
help
see
you
you
with
and they all just start, oh, ah!
something?
See, this is why I could never make a game. I would not be able to resist like putting in a thing where like every 1 in 1,000 times that happened and it was never explained.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do that
I
if you had the
don't know.
power?
It always blows my mind that they don't just put like a few weird things to make go, wait, what?
Just code it as well so that once it's happened, it can never happen again. So they're like streaming it, going, "Oh, you guys are never going to believe this," and then they go in, and the wolves are just behaving like actual wolves. So you don't understand. They were playing D&D.
One of them had a Mountain Dew.
One was wearing a wizard hat, I swear. And then just to really infuriate him, like, you could leave a wizard hat somewhere in that room, but a wolf wasn't wearing it. Just be like, man, you've been playing this game too long. How long have you been surviving in this game? You need to take a break.
Oh. Alright, so if anybody out there makes games, obviously, hire me and Steve for
Yeah.
your very weird esoteric cutscenes.
The fact that you're not doing that tells me you're not really dedicated to your career that much, so,
If you're not subtly hinting that the reality of interaction within the game is a false reality and that there's more going on, I mean, what's the point, man?
I think that would make like a really cool game. Obviously, it'd be like a huge waste of budget.
Oh, yeah.
No one would ever do it, but if you just had a game that was ostensibly one thing, like a detective series, but if you found the right clues, it was actually a Lovecraftian survival horror.
I have thought about that more than once, about how interesting it would be to make a game where it like seems to be one genre on top and you can play it out fully and it seems like, I don't know, maybe a 5-hour game or something, but there's some secret path that if you go down, it doesn't just unlock a new room, it unlocks a whole new dimension of the game.
Yeah, just
There's always that sense of discovery, but the discovery is going to be limited, so the idea of finding something and it really opening something huge is like, that seems like it'd be fun as shit.
yeah. That's why I like kind of like standard action detective game. Gives you all the tools you need, but while you're looking for the main clues, you can sort of look for other clues if you're so inclined. Things that steer the game in a completely different path, and then you get sucked down the toilet and you're in Mario World. But you have a gun. Max Payne, but all of a sudden you're in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Sort of like the Diablo Cal level. It finally came into fruition after years of being rumor.
Well, that's how I'd fuck up a department's budget anyway.
Yeah, the internet would definitely ruin this too, because like it would be a sense of discovery for one person, and then a chore that you had to knock out for everybody else.
Yeah, that's true. But if that one person is me, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Or again, just have it in the code of the game. It's like once you've discovered that, if you try and do it again, it's just going to make people think you're crazy. You play too many video games.
Or every version of the game has a randomized way to access the secret area. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, to open up the real game after the surface level game, there's a special code you have to put in. What is it? Different for every game. It randomizes. Oh no.
Again, this is a lot of work just to troll video game people. But
this is the kind of thing you do when you just, if we ever become the kind of authors who have millions of dollars to piss away on silly projects, this would be one of them.
yes, absolutely. That's why there's no justice in the universe, Drew. If there were justice in the universe, I'd have the kind of fuck you money to waste on ridiculous bullshit.
I mean, you gotta admit, we do spend a fair amount of what we make on the ridiculous bullshit that we can.
Yeah, I mean, if that was suddenly ramped up with Stephen King money, I'd still have no money because I would have spent it all on ridiculous bullshit. But I would have made like one 13-year-old kid. I would have just fucking blew his mind before the internet ruined it.
Oh, I would have been funding some weird Vegas scavenger hunt that have us diving out of helicopters and shit.
Well, you know what? This is a peaceful, atmospheric game. See how loaded down I am at the moment? Jeez. I haven't been eaten by a single wolf. If I see a wolf, I'm going to throw a rock
Have
at
we
it.
seen wolves in this game?
No, just deer and rabbits.
And the sweet, sweet cold death that's always around the corner.
Yeah. I mean, I did die, so I'm not going to say the game isn't challenging, but yeah, I could see myself playing this. I think kind of once you get the hang of it, I could see myself doing a survival run. Probably not lasting that long, really. Let's be reasonable.
How many days would you aim for?
I don't know. How many days have I got left in my natural lifespan? I don't know. Maybe ramp it up to hard mode, start in a difficult area, see if I can aim for a month.
Alright, so Steve's gonna do a stream-a-thon where he tries to survive a month in-game. You heard him here.
Real time.
Real time.
I play until I die, either in the game or without.
I still, one of the podcasts I listened to, the Doughboys, did a 24-hour stream-a-thon for charity a couple months ago. And I'm still in awe of, like, being engaged with content for a full day.
No,
I
yeah.
can't even imagine actually trying to survive this thing.
I have been thinking about going back to Blood and just revisiting it and just streaming it. It's like if I ever find myself in the irresponsible position where I've just got nothing to do for a weekend, just playing Blood for 48 hours and seeing what that does to me, mentally and physically. I mean, good things, I can only imagine.
Your tattoos just like start appearing. Steve, when did you get a face skull? Level 13.
Surely God won't forsake me like the rest of the universe has. Oh, I can sleep in a church. No, that seems like a way to tempt fate, really.
I'm sure I'll be fine on this hallowed ground.
Yeah. Sure, if use this Bible for fuel, nothing will happen. You see, that's the kind of shit I'd put in the game. Oh, it's a realistic survival game. Unless you burn the Bible, then you've got to run away from Satan or Wolf Jesus.
Yeah, burning a Bible and summoning a demon would be a 99 times, nothing. One time, the literal devil appears. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, people need to give us money to make a really stupid game.
Yeah,
It's a good use of their time.
that's an excellent use
But
of that
until
time.
then- Well, until then, they can see us play other people's games on Adventure Brodeo, and of course at A&D Con, August 6th through 8th. We are now less than a month out, and we are, I think, less than 2 weeks out from the hotel rate going up as the room rate expires. So, if you would like to come and do so on the cheaper end as possible, be sure to book your room before July 16th.
Yeah, get on that.
You can do that on authorsanddragons.com, where we have a thing that says A&D Con 2021. You click it, there's information. It's a very straightforward process. We've worked hard to streamline it.
Yeah, but we're going to over-explain it anyway, because
Yes.
we really don't want you to miss out on that room rate thing. See, we're looking out for you.
All right, Steve. I think we're coming up on the end of the Brodeo.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I didn't get eaten by wolves, everyone, but you did get to watch me freeze to death. So,
Indeed.
there's that.
That's a consolation prize.
Yeah. The game's a little bit too realistic.
All
All right, everyone.
right, y'all. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Adventure Brodeo.
Bye.
Bye.